Yes, people. What's going on? Tiga Talk Football. We're back again with another video off the back of a wonderful week that we've just had. We beat our London rival Chelsea 5-0. Did I hear myself correctly? 5-0. And then we also went to White Hart Lane, took a 3-0 lead at halftime. Unfortunately, gave them 2 goals near the end, but we won the game 3-2 to secure St. Tottenham's Day, to secure Champions League football. But you know what? We got bigger things to worry about with the league title on its way. Dare I say it, bigger fish to fry? But you know what I mean, guys. We got to worry about this league title. We got Man City. They're winning all their games, and we need them to drop points for us to get ahead of it, to get back in our hands. We need that league title back in our hands. But until Man City drop points, it's not going to be back in our hands. Today, what we're going to be talking about is the North London Derby. Today, what we're going to be talking about is the last 3 games. Today, what we're going to be talking about is, do you guys fully trust this team to go and do what it needs to get done from now until the end of the season? And just talking about some good performances from the likes of Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka, and others. And also, the set-piece coach deserves a goddamn raise. But before we go any further, big up to my guest. I got my guy Kenny Ken in the building. How you doing, Kenny?
Oh, you know what, Gal, it's funny you should mention all of that, because I'll tell you one thing, it was the most exhausting day of my life, because I was actually in the away end enjoying all of that. And, you know, the day started about 10 o'clock. We had to get there and collect our tickets about 12:15 and got there. It was beautiful to watch. One thing about it is that Seth, the man of the match for me, is the set-piece coach. It was a competitive game. Spurs, I think what killed Tottenham was when that goal got disallowed in the first half to make it 1-1. 1-1, it might be a different game. Who knows? Either Spurs get into it or we just go up another gear. But let's just face it, there was self-harming on both sides.
Sure.
In terms of
let me bring the rest of the guests on, Kenny, before we continue the conversation. We got Gunnar Souls in the house. Souls, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm buzzing. Good win. 2 London rivals done and dusted. They are history, irrelevant as always.
And have you changed your profile picture to a certain player?
Yes.
Who's that player?
Yeah, Kai Havertz, King Kai, the man, the franchise player right now, the head of the Premier League, the face of the Premier League. Right, he's coming to take over. I told you, man, don't doubt my guy. But you guys wanted to doubt him. And then do you know what he does? He dunks on your head tops. He humiliates you. He embarrasses you. You foolish humans, you'll learn. You will learn soon.
Okay. And then finally, we got 2 more guests. We got Deo coming through, but we got to talk about my boy, Nigerian Englishman. How you doing, bro? Chat to me.
Oh yeah, now my people. It's your dark skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, tonight you go understand. And yes, I'm wearing red because not only North London is red, London is red, and it will stay red. Steady.
Facts. London is red. North London is red. Guys, what a week. We beat Chelsea 5-0. We beat Tottenham 3-2. And we now go into the weekend's game facing Bournemouth at home, very confident with 3 games remaining in this title race. We should probably begin with off the back of the Chelsea result. Were you guys nervous going into the Tottenham game? And what did you think of the game against Tottenham? Kenny Ken kind of said something, so let him finish off his point. Kenny, you were at the game. You're enjoying yourself. What did you think of the game? Were you nervous near the end? How'd you feel?
You know what? I was nervous before it because Spurs is main focus was to stop us from winning the title. It's Operation Tottenham, stop Arsenal. That's what it was. But I have to admit, I won't lie to you. When Romero scored that goal, 25 minutes ago, the whole Arsenal end was nervous, very, very nervy. Every time Spurs attacked, their fans just raised the volume of noise, and then our fans were just quiet. There was no joking. It was the case of, they're mad now. They could get back into it. So we're being a bit sloppy. They started, winning a lot of the second balls. They're catching us in possession. But one thing is, Raya, you got to shake his hand because after that mistake, he caught everything. But when that penalty went in to make it 3-2, a lot of us were thinking, how much injury time are they going to have? Because we thought it was going to be 10 minutes. And I thought, oh no, 10 minutes, that's enough time for them to just get that one chance. And they got their goal. But it was celebrations, but, deep down a bit of relief because when you look at the game, they had how much possession? Like, we had about 38%, 62% possession, and you look like that at the ground. But you know, the better quality came from us. But you know, both teams self-harmed. Only they self-harmed more, and that's why we won the game.
Fair. We heard from Souls yesterday. Talk to me, Kunle. What do you think? What do you think of the game? Kunle, you there? Oh, we lost him. Kunle. Oh man, this guy, his connection is moving mad. Souls, talk to me about the game.
Yeah, do you know what? A competitive game, like like Kenny said, there were nervy moments. To be honest with you, I think Spurs kind of matched us pound for pound in that game, regardless of us going 3-0 up. It wasn't a 3-0 kind of performance, but we're in the business end of the season. It's about getting the results at the end. They get the 3 points on the board. The performances don't matter too much. They're not a concern at the moment. They're more of a concern at sort of the midpoint of the season to see kind of how your mentality is. In this sort of game, just get the job done. But I'll be honest, I was disappointed by the mistake Raya made, but he did kind of recover really well, which is what Arteta talks about. He speaks about the finer margins in the game, someone who can keep their heads when things are going against you. And Raya did that, exactly that. He claimed everything. He wasn't the reason why the second goal happened. It's a penalty. There's not much you can do. It's a 50-50. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. But he also kept us in the game in moments as well. Wasting time a little bit in terms of just claiming the ball, going to ground. These are the kinds of things that a mature, composed keeper does. So credit to him in that sense, but also kind of, it's a bit of a shame that, you made a mistake like that, because it's quite a pressured situation that could have turned the tide on another day. That could have been a 3-3. That could have been, God forbid, it could have been a 4-3 game. We don't know anymore, but thankfully, we got the win. The guy's done a professional performance. I think Arteta made the right kinds of substitutions. Didn't go gun-ho with that, like kind of bringing on Gabriel Jesus, not going too much. I think the Kiwior substitution happened at the right time. He didn't go too early on this sort of, let's go 5 back and just assure a win here. He done it at the right time when we thought we were losing a little bit of control. Taking Odegaard off was probably the right decision, because out of all the players, he probably was a little bit more lackluster than any of the other players. So credit to, I guess, Arteta as well for kind of keeping his composure, getting the team over the line in this case as well. But considering the fact that even against Chelsea and now Spurs, in my opinion, the performances haven't been good, but we've still been able to slap 5 past both. 5 and 3, 8 in total in 2 games, where our performances haven't been up to standard. I have to admit, that's an impressive thing to do. That is a sign of a champions team. It's just unfortunate we're coming up against a juggernaut in Pep Guardiola and his sort of Man City team. If it wasn't that, we would have blown this competition out of the water. We're the ones keeping it competitive. So credit to the team. I hope against United, especially against United, I'm not overlooking Bournemouth, because that can be a tricky game, especially when you look at the turn of the year. And then obviously you've got Everton at the end of the season. They can both, kind of be an upset, but I just hope we get the job done. Just go undefeated, do our jobs, get 3 points, and let's see where it goes.
Boom. All right, Kunle, your computer was messing up right there, but we can hear you hopefully, and you can give us your take on the game now.
Can you hear me? All good?
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yesterday was Arsenal versus Arsenal. That's what yesterday was. It wasn't the North London derby. Arsenal played Arsenal yesterday. So we went 3-0 up, and I've never seen a more casual display in the North London derby. We're literally it was like, you remember, back in the day when you're at school and it was like year 9s versus year 7 or whatever, you're playing the younger year and you didn't want to make the goals look too easy. So you kept the ball a little bit longer, decided, we're not going to try here. It was actually a joke. It was a full-blown training game. And if Raya didn't make that one error, I guarantee we probably would have got one more, maybe 4 or 5, literally. But obviously, Raya, feeling sorry for Tottenham fans, he wanted to keep them in the stadium. So he said, you know what, make I dash you a goal, because we don't want stadiums to get empty everywhere we go. Do you get what I'm saying? So let me dash you a goal. Obviously, the adrenaline was pumping. Shite Hart Lane was they raised the roof. Everyone was going crazy, and they had a little moment. Don't get it twisted. They had their little moment where, when they scored that second goal, I was worried. I started to have flashbacks of the West Ham game, not the Liverpool one, the West Ham one, when Saka missed the penalty and then we ended up drawing 2-2. I started having those type of flashbacks. But to be honest, I don't care. Like all these Spurs fans crying now, blah, blah, blah. We were the better team. Look at this possession stats. Look, we didn't even get out of second gear. If we needed to step it on your neck, we could have stepped on your neck at any time. We had no idea we'd have so many free, easy goals to put away that way so easily. We thought you'd test us. Literally, we thought there'd be more of a test. We thought we'd have.
Oh shit, we lost him again.
Yeah, the Spurs fans are after.
Yeah, man. Someone's hacking his internet today. What's going on?
I'm gonna be honest, whilst he's gone here, I do disagree. I don't think it was an easy game. I know the 3-0 makes it look that way, but at no point did I feel like we were in complete control of the game.
Was Spurs away an easy game? No. But what we did was we exploited their weaknesses and we got ahead, which made the game easier for us. Like, I don't know, was it a different situation at watching it live? Because from watching it from TV, it looked like Spurs were just there for the taking for the first half. And then
you know what Souls is right. I got empathy for what Souls said about it wasn't a 3-0. It wasn't a 3-0. I can tell you that it wasn't a 3-0. There were times when in that first half, Spurs created a couple of good chances. You know, Romero missed a header. He hit the post from about a yard out. Thomas Partey, kind of put him off. And then, there were chances when Son had that chance before just to pull it back. So, and, Tomiyasu struggled a bit yesterday. Tomiyasu wasn't helped that much by Trossard to the extent that, when down the Spurs right, there was a lot of interplay between, Højbjerg sometimes alongside, Kulusevski, and Kulusevski was getting help with Porro, and they were getting on that byline, and it was, last-ditch, clearances from our defenders were getting out of trouble. So, as much as we were in control, because 3-0, when you're in 3-0, you're in control of the game, because the numbers won't lie. I just think that there was a few things perversely to encourage Spurs, but they had to. Basically, what Arsenal had to do in the second half was score early. When Saka missed that chance to go 4-0 up, there was enough time for Spurs to think, if we get one, who knows? And I think,
But Kenny, they didn't look like getting one. They didn't look like getting one. That's the thing.
Oh, yeah, they didn't. But I think the thing is, they still had a go, and then the game changed. Obviously, when we made that mistake, and Romero
we went to the toilet, took a shit. We went to the giant toilet, took a shit, and left without a flush. This guy's a legend for that banter.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. You should have seen it afterwards, but I would say that we won, and that's the state of play nowadays. We're not going to play the football
that's all that matters.
in February and March. Right now, we're in the Championship.
That's all that matters. The performance
trying to make us
all that matters.
Look, I've seen
the performance doesn't matter. My bad.
Certain fans are trying to make us feel bad for winning 3-2. Like, I'm looking at them like, what? Like, it's the business end of the season, and we went to collect 3 points away from home. Job done. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, we moved.
Exactly. Bro, people were telling me, you let us score 2 goals. Raya shit, this and that. I'm like, do you guys realize David Raya, make a mistake here and there, made a mistake today, but goalkeepers can make mistakes. These things happen. It's not the end of the world. We win the game. That's all that matters. Also, the penalty. Yeah, the referee had a howler. How did he not see that penalty to begin with? Like, he literally kicked the guy in his balls.
It's a 50-50. It's a 50-50. Both are going for the ball. In that moment,
bro, he kicked him in the balls. What are you talking about? 50-50?
But from no. Because they're a 50-50. They both went for a single ball. That's what I'm saying. He got the wrong one.
Yeah, and he got the wrong set of balls.
Yeah, but it was still a 50-50. Davies happens to kick it away. It's still that you can't I get how we missed it because look, we're humans in it, but that's what VAR's there for. VAR is meant to correct those mistakes, and that's what it was. Like I can see why the ref missed it. That's not a bias from my side, but that's where VAR then intervened and made the right decision.
Close to it, wasn't he close to it though, Souls? Because from our vantage
point, was no better.
No, because I'll be honest, even when I was watching it live on TV, I didn't think it was a penalty at first because I thought, okay, they just went for the same ball.
The actual. It's funny you say that because when Van der Ven scored, we all thought he was onside. We were just like going, "Oh no!" We were stunned when he went to VAR and they said offside. How can it be offside? Because it hit both our players. It hit Tommy Aston. I think it hit Gabriel's backside. But the rules are they weren't. I don't know. They had this word.
It
wasn't intentional.
You
The hit or something like that.
It wasn't a football movement.
Kenny, I don't know the rules, but I follow the rules.
It's like you have to be in control of the ball. It can't be like a deflection won't matter. Like it's not.
See, that's the thing. But the first thing we saw is that we thought Son was offside and that he was interfering in play, but because Van der Ven was the one who put the ball in the net, we didn't actually see him as being offside. We just saw a great finish, and that I thought, oh no, we've got a game on our hands. This is going to be tough now, because but thank God, it didn't happen. And the second goal was beautiful because, again, Kulusevski got clipped, but he carried on. That's his fault, not ours. His fault. And then Maddison dived, and then we thought, hang on, is the referee going to pull that one back? But Spurs stopped. They stopped. We took advantage.
I just need to say the goalkeeper making mistakes, it's one thing, but the free kicks and the corners, Bukayo got exposed. Ange Postecoglou's system got exposed from those corners and from the pass from Kai Havertz to Bukayo Saka. What kind of defending was that from Ben Davies? That Tottenham team are so poor defensively that we destroyed them after 40 minutes, something like that, when we scored the third goal. We didn't really need to play much after that. From there on, it was just about being professional and seeing out the game. So
that game could have been 6 or 7, bro.
I want to get away from the game and talk about individuals now. The first individual that I want to mention is, of course, the man of the match, Kai Havertz. How are you guys feeling about Kai Havertz? How is everybody feeling about Kai Havertz after his signing to now? I think he has been, dare I say it, a revelation. The guy, he's able to play in the midfield. He's able to play in as the 9. He's able to switch between the two during mid-game. He's also occupying areas all over the pitch, and he seems to be like one of the main contributors to our goals throughout this run that we've been on since the turn of the new year. Since the Burnley game, Kai Havertz hasn't put a foot wrong. So talk to me about Kai Havertz, guys, because I'm really, really impressed with his performance.
He was playing more before then. In the games that I saw, even West Ham at home and Fulham away, he was probably one of our better players, and Aston Villa as well. The thing with Kai Havertz is there's a problem. There's going to be a bit of a conundrum, which is going to, like I said, be a discussion point, because you talk about a striker of our need to have one because we want to compete on all fronts. From what we've seen since the turn of the year, his best football was as a false number 9. So you get a striker. Where do you pay Kai? Because you have to ask that question, because in the midfield against the better teams, against Villa, and in Villa, he wasn't at his best. He made the runs, but he was decision making. Well, basically, he just passed to someone else. He didn't take responsibility. So the thing with Kai Havertz, I'm telling you now, next season I want 20 goals and 10 assists. Because if he's feeling his way now, I expect him to be fully polished. But
what if next season he's a rotation piece?
That'd be that'd be a bit frustrating because he's been doing form. But I'll tell you one thing: before you
if we go and sign a striker and a midfielder, and Kai Havertz finds his way on the bench like Martinelli did this season, it could happen. You never know.
Well, yeah, but that's that. If you want to win the league next season and win at all fronts, you've got to have 2 players for every position. That's the way football is. But I'll tell you one thing though: talking the next season, we got to look at the Euros and see how that, because at the end of the day, Kai Havertz plays for Germany, Saka plays for England. What shape are these players going to be when we get to pre-season? That's the conundrum, because that could be costly next season if we're trying to challenge on all fronts.
Now, to be honest, for me, Havertz, I wasn't a fan of the signing. I was very vocal about it at the start of the season. I wasn't a fan of it, but I also said I'm gonna give Arteta a chance to prove us wrong in it, because at the end of the day, he's done it a few times before, so I'll give it to him. And I also said this Havertz signing could either be the making or breaking of Arteta as a manager, like in terms of the making. If we end up winning the league as a result of it, then that's probably going to transform his stock massively due to one of the biggest signings of the summer. And if we don't, then and he ended up flopping, then it would have been like, oh, Arteta had money to spend and he threw the opportunity away. So what I will say, he's not been exceptional. And what Egal said earlier, he can play in midfield, he can play in up front. Look, he can't play in midfield. I don't ever want to see him in midfield. I don't mind him dropping in that position from time to time, but as a false nine, I like him. And the biggest thing Kai Havertz has done for me this season, and I'm sure most of the panel will agree, is he's taken away the thought of ever having to really rely on Eddie and Nketiah. And that was the biggest thing for me, because I wouldn't say Jesus was our biggest issue why we couldn't win a league title. Is who was our second option after Jesus, who could come in when the injury-prone striker gets injured, and it was usually in Nketiah last season, whereas this season it's been Havertz and Trossard. So Havertz stepping up has really given us that option, and I don't have to cry every time I see Nketiah jump onto the pitch, and he's definitely earned some praise from me. He's looked very, very neat. 3 goals in 2 London derbies in 1 week. He's already got his highest goal tally in the Premier League in the seasons he's been there. So long may he continue. And if he fires us to that Premier League title, I said it, I'm jumping on the last stream with a Kai Havertz shirt on there, shamelessly. I don't care.
Yeah, you know what? We're gonna talk about football kits in a second, but before we get to that, Souls, how you feeling? And people in the comment section, do me a favor, hit that like button. It's absolutely easy. You just need to go and you're gonna see a thumbs up under the video. You just click on it and it helps the channel out massively. You don't understand how much it helps out the channel. And also, if you're watching on X, come join us on YouTube. The link to the channel is in the description of the video. Anyways, go ahead.
Are you not entertained? That's all I've got to ask people. Are you not entertained? Man, everyone was putting, Arteta's job on the line for Kai Havertz, and Kai Havertz said, you know what? Who do you hate the most? Who are your biggest, annoyances in the season? Let me dunk on them. Man goes in casual. What's that now? Like two assists and a goal against Chelsea. 2 GA against Spurs, casual. Man said, yeah, easy, light work for me, fam. You want me to dunk on Chelsea? I'll do it for you. You want me to dunk on these? Well, I'll do that for you too. You want me to win a game off the bench? I'll do that too for you, lads. And then we got the greatest, chant that we can get. Great song, by the way, guys. Great. Now,
you guys all know it. You guys all know it. Waka waka, hey, 60 minutes. Yo, Kenny, even you.
Secretly, Kenny was dancing, singing it yesterday.
I don't see it.
Kenny, I got a cheeky camera on you dancing, doing it yesterday.
Just like Brentford away. When I filmed the reaction, I have to admit, one thing I would say about Kai Havertz, and this is the God's honest truth. There was a period, in the first 2 months where I was so pessimistic about his effectiveness. I thought, you know what, I can't see a good game coming from him. These are my words because I said it in other channels. I can't see. Of course, I love Perry Groves. I like actually talk to Perry Groves quite a lot, but I couldn't see what I'm seeing now. I couldn't see any light at the end of the tunnel because he was so tentative. He was feeling his way in the side. I'm thinking, hang on here, you've played for your country in the European Championships. And you had a good European Championships, in my opinion, and you've won the European Cup for your club. You have to. I'm expecting more from you. But since the Brentford game, yeah, he's been playing really well. And one thing I will say about Kai Havertz, I call him the career killer, in a nice way. You think about it. His president of the team has killed Martinelli, and they killed Jesus because you think about it. You're fitting in. No, let me finish. Martinelli can't play his best football unless he has zinchenko and Jesus around him, because Zinchenko plays that pass for the iron needle where he gets on the shoulder of the defender from the left and cuts in, gets in and goal. And then Jesus creates chaos where he takes defenders into unknown territories, and that creates space for Martinelli. With Havertz on the side, there's no play with Jesus. And basically, Zinchenko's just killed his career. He's so bad defensively that we've forgotten that the reason why he was in the side in the first place, because he can play the inverted role. It gives us enough bodies in midfield. And he can play that killer pass. Because he's so bad,
we don't Xhaka, that's killed him. That kills Zinchenko. Xhaka going kills Zinchenko.
Yeah, exactly. But we don't care about Zinchenko's qualities anymore, because defensively, what we want, we just had enough of that diagonal ball and the goal resulting from it. We've had enough of it.
Bro, that is a hot take. Your whole take is basically Kai Havertz single-handedly has ruined 2.
No, I said it. I don't blame him. I'm just saying that him in the side right now, we relegated Jesus to to the bench.
Wait. So you're saying 3 players: Jesus, Martinelli, and Zinchenko.
Yeah, but you think but look at it from a footballing point of view. I'm not criticising them as their players, because obviously they both come back from injury. They haven't been in the best of form. But when you think about how do you get the best out of Martinelli? You've watched Arsenal play. How do you get the best out of Martinelli? Tell me.
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I don't 100% agree. Zinchenko at left back we always needed to move away from him eventually, because defensively he was always a liability, even before Kai Havertz came. So we know that was an issue. Jesus being let's be honest, Jesus has not been available. Trossard last season, Trossard was overtaking Jesus at times, if I'm not mistaken.
But Egal, you're not getting what he's saying.
But am I wrong?
He's trying to say.
No. I hear Kenny's point. I'm just trying to rebuttal with evidence from previous season. So Zinchenko, we already knew that he was a liability. Jesus last season, did Trossard not take over in the striker position last season for Jesus? And did he not? Create a lot of chances for us?
When Jesus came back from injury, remember Jesus came back from injury in the business end of the season. That's just, and then look. All right, talk about the game. Let's talk about the game at Anfield. You talk about the game at Anfield. You scored the 2 goals. Who was involved? Zinchenko was playing in inverted left position. Jesus was playing up top. Martinelli was playing on the left. Both our goals were scored by Jesus and Martinelli, right or wrong. Martinelli gets down, sets up Jesus' second goal, gets on the wide right, puts a cross in, Jesus' head, nods it in. The ball through for Martinelli, where he uses his pace, gets past them, Van Dijk, toe punts it in. I'm just saying that that's an example of how those 3 work in a tandem.
No, but Kenny, hold on, real quick. But I think Kenny's onto something in terms of, I was saying it a couple of weeks ago, that Martinelli doesn't look that good when Havertz is the false 9, whereas when Jesus is the 9, he's getting loads of one-on-ones. He's getting a bag of chances, which is why he was one of the reasons why he was our top scorer in the Premier League with Odegaard last season. Whereas, so I think Martinelli's strength comes from when he's playing with Jesus, because he opens up a lot of space for him and they get into different pockets for each other. But so I prefer Trossard and Havertz to play together in the team rather than Havertz and Martinelli, because Trossard and Havertz able to combine quite well together, similar to Jesus and Martinelli. That's what I think.
I think Martinelli this season has been poor at finishing, and as much as we can criticize,
that's a simple.
As much as we can talk about, the minutes that he's played or the lack of minutes that he's played and all the other things, he's been missing a lot of chances, and because he's not been on hit for missing a lot of chances, and also maybe where he's taking the chances from, we can try to blame Kai Havertz, but the reality is Trossard's taking his chances. Trossard's in that position, and he's still scoring goals. So we can say it's a system thing, and certain players are suited better. But I think Martinelli has been poor.
No. Do you know what it is?
I don't think he's getting the same type of chances he was getting last season.
Bro, we're putting it on our plate for him. He should have scored
Nah,
against
bro.
Chelsea. He should have scored against Bournemouth. He did.
No,
I mean,
look,
Brighton. He didn't do that.
You guys, look, you're overly simplifying or complicating a situation, right? The simple answer is the way that teams have set up against us from last season to this season is with more respect. There's not enough space in behind. The problem with Martinelli is he hasn't evolved his game. If you look at Martinelli, he's still, based on chaos. He's still based on, there's no rational thinking in what he does. He's an unthink player. He's not an intelligent footballer. That's not a bad thing. That's just how he plays. There's certain players who are just chaos creators, and that's one of them. But the problem that you get with a Martinelli, in let's compare him to someone similar age to him in Bukayo Saka, both in the same system. The reason why Saka can thrive in a system like this is because when things are going against him, he's a bit more intelligent in the decisions he makes when he crosses the ball, when he plays the 1-2s, when he drops deep, when he comes inside. The problem with Martinelli is, as good as he is, he's one-dimensional. That's the part of the problem I've always had with him. He's a direct winger who needs to be inside, and that's why he needs the likes of Xhaka who can carve that space for him. He needs the likes of Declan Rice maybe playing the left 8, and he needs a Zinchenko there. Just the only reason is this isn't against him, but this is a learning curve for him because he has had a year out for an injury, which has kind of hampered how much of a progression he can make. Saka, fortunate for him, he's been able to kind of, now his biggest problem is, how does he get the double team? How does he kind of make sure that he's still having an impact whilst being double, triple, whatever team like being targeted? That's Saka's next evolution. Martinelli says, how do I change my game when it's not going for me? When do I become a touchline winger? When do I come inside? When do I, get the players around me to play better for me? It's not all about like Havertz playing or Jesus playing. It's about the system has evolved. How do I evolve with it? And unfortunately, he hasn't learned quick enough. And you can see that Arteta's taking him out. He's not changing the system to cater for Martinelli. Martinelli needs to cater for the system. Rice is coming, Partey's coming in. And that's what I truly believe. It's as simple as that.
But Souls, wasn't our manager trying to replace him in January? Because, like I said, recent history has shown that if you pay big money for a player, you'll try and get him into the side as quickly as you can and try and use him in different positions. Now, we were prepared to pay £80 million for Mudryk. Now, by all means, focus on the present, which is Chelsea form. But also look back on the intention on why Mikel was trying to sell it. Because had Mudryk, chosen us and we given him the wages he wanted, he would have started ahead of Martinelli. Especially we were paying £80 million for him. So the things that you concern, if you said he's one-dimensional, I've stated that I've alluded to that on other shows with Miguel. We see Miguel's been on with me before. So are we saying that Martinelli, that moving forward, there's better out there than Martinelli? Do we sell Martinelli and recruit the money in order to? No, that's a question I'm asking. Let me
answer.
No, let me finish.
Okay, sorry.
That's the question. Because if we're a top side, like you think about it, you say no. But Man City sold Mahrez and they sold Sterling, and they sold Sterling, won the Champions League. They sold Mahrez, and we fear that they're going to win the league, and we think that they're going to smash Man United. So they've done the double. So what I'm trying to say, the best teams is 2 in, 2 out. And if they feel that there's a position where they can upgrade, regardless of who the player's in, they go and take that chance. And I'm saying, is Martinelli in that kind of stratosphere? Are we thinking that?
This is what I'm saying. Anybody in the chat, let me know, what do you think also? What's wrong with Martinelli? This is what we're talking about, Ilmatis. Personally, for me, Martinelli this season has the system didn't suit him, and he hasn't been effective, and he hasn't finished his chances. Next season, he's still going to be part of this team. He still has a big role in the squad. Martinelli all of a sudden is not expendable, in my opinion. Trossard is 29 years old. He's closer to his end of his time. Martinelli still has a long shelf life with Arsenal. I'm not looking to give up on Martinelli, personally, for me. Number 2, the reason why he's been ineffective and the reason why he's not been taking as many quality chances is because of the midfield and then number 9 and that left side being very isolated. If you look at where he is on the pitch, he's always the most isolated player in the team. If I can get you guys the SofaScore team sheet, show you guys, when was the last time Martinelli even started? Because he's had less minutes this season also. When was the last time he started?
He started both games against Bayern, and we played him on the preface
And
that
guess
Bayern
what?
were playing the whole line.
Martin Odegaard and all the majority of the chance creation for him. Look at this. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna show you guys his heat map last season, and you guys are gonna see exactly what the issue is. Look at last season's heat map and look at how close he is to where he got majority of his goals. This is where he got a lot of his goals last season in this area of the pitch, right? Now look at this season's heat map compared to last season. A lot less opportunities in this area. Do you see the difference?
So that's what I was trying to. But that's what I was trying to tell you, Igor. Like, he's not getting the same level. He's not getting the same level of quality chances.
Look at how much you can see he's more of an inside forward.
I've always said it. Look, Martinelli is a striker. He's not a winger.
You see that?
Okay. That's so. It's me and you on the same page of that. I've always seen him finishing through the middle. Like that's why I see him, because he's not got enough to his game to be a winger. But as he's young, learn your trade, then move to the middle. I always saw it being, and yeah, he is one-dimensional, which is why he needs, for example, a Jesus to open up the space for him, or a Zinchenko to play over the top. That's why. But if he doesn't, like, unfortunately, if he doesn't play in the side of a Jesus, for example, he's not going to look as effective as he is. But if you, for example, look at what was the game that he came on and scored 2 goals? Is that Palace?
Yeah.
Palace? Yeah. So he was getting a bag of those type of chances last season, and we know one-on-one,
even this season against
Martinelli with those type of chances, he's putting it away. Like, he's putting that chance away. So I think still keep him at a club. He's got a lot of potential. He's still young, and I think finish him. He's the best. He's him and Trossard are the best 2 finishers at the club right now for me.
Facts. Okay, let's get Deo and Elmadis in the building. What are you guys saying? We've kind of spoken a lot about Martinelli. I'm gonna kind of shift the conversation away from Martinelli for a second. Did you guys see the new Arsenal kits?
I don't like the green colors with the logo and the sides. I don't like that.
The new kits, I'm not a fan. I'm gonna show you guys right now, and you guys are probably gonna be like, what are we looking at? So first, what I'm gonna be showing you guys is the home kit. This is the home kit. Honest opinions, guys. You got the blue with the white. This is what the home kit is most likely gonna look like. That's what they're saying the home kit is gonna look like. I don't know. It
reminds me of our 98-99 kit for me.
I'm not familiar. Maybe give me a
the last JVC or the Sega one.
No, you know, the one in 98-99. It had that kind of blue lining on it. Do you remember the blue lining down?
Yeah. I remember.
Okay. And then Deo, feel free to jump in whenever you're free. Also, the black kit. I don't know.
I like it. I really like it. I'm not even gonna cap.
I'm not a fan.
This kit.
This kit here.
When this comes out, you guys are all gonna be all over it.
This kit here is fire. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah.
No, I just don't like the green. The green, I don't like that. The green, the Adidas logo.
Look. As a creative person with a color theory background, the alternating colors in the green and the red, I'm telling you categorically, is fire. Like this is a fire design.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It's really hard for a black jersey to not look fire. I'll be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's really hard for any black jersey not to look fire.
In fact, I'm loving it. I'm loving this kit. The home kit. It is what it is.
I'm not sold on the home kit yet, man. Maybe it'll grow on me, but
it'll probably grow on me. Yeah, but this one.
Fair enough. And then finally,
let me say something real quick. You see those designs on the sleeves here, right?
Yeah.
When they put those on the jackets, on the outside of the sleeves of the jacket, and then you have this over the black, and you have these designs on the outside of your jacket. Man, I've even seen the fashion show already. What are you talking about here?
Bro, man, we're gonna bring out like 10 training tops. They always know that when it comes,
Hey, Kenny doesn't seem interested in kits, but then the final one is the blue one. What do you guys think? I think this looks better on the players when it's modeled.
That's a basic bitch top in it. That's just like a.
Yeah, it's too light. It's too light blue. Like
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Arsene Wenger's last season when we wore that shit kit.
Mustafi and them man there, yeah.
Yeah.
What I do like is the fact that we're just keeping the canon now, just the canon. I like that.
Yeah, all three of them are the canon. There's no badge.
Yeah, very simple. Just keep the canon. I like it.
I like the badge.
Back to the old school. Back to the old school.
Yeah, I like it with the canon, man. I don't know.
You know what I was thinking? I was thinking the better our team got, the worse the kits got. I guess they don't need to work hard to make money off kits now.
Nah, man, that's lazy. No, they are nice kits. Let's not front. They are. Other than this one, this is a bit basic, and this just
but Souls, don't you lot find that every time we do this question about kits, it's very different to when the kits come out? Like, I don't know about you lot. Like, so many times I see a kit doing like this, do you not like? And then by the time the kits come out, I'm like, oh yeah, I like that. That actually looks good on.
They always look better on the players than they do when it's like.
Maybe.
Are we going to wear these kits the last game of the season? No.
We're gonna wear this one. You know what? I don't want to wear this kit on the last game of the season. I want to win the league with this kit.
But that's what a lot of teams do. You know, traditionally over the years. If the last game of the season, the FA Cup final, they always wear their new kit. If the last game was last game of the season, we wore this season's kit last year.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I want us to wear.
No, it doesn't. I don't care what we're wearing. Just win. If you want to win naked. Get on the pitch and win. I'm serious. I saw a clip of a goalkeeper. I saw a clip of a goalkeeper who took his gloves off to stop a penalty. There's no rule in football that says they have to wear gloves. There's no rule like that. And they
wear gloves because it makes it easier, right?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he took his gloves off and he saved the penalty.
How many years ago was this Euro 2004?
Sorry,
you know, the Portuguese keeper against England when he saved.
Yeah, he took a penalty as well.
He took a penalty.
All right, guys.
So for me, I don't care, man. If you want to play Manchester, Go there and bring me a trophy.
Look, I got a topic. Before we go on to the last two topics, which is of course the title race and something else, I always have to throw a spanner in the works. There's no official link, but I'm gonna throw it to you first, Elmadis.
Yeah.
What are you saying? Rashford to Arsenal?
No way, man. No way.
Talk to me. Why?
First of all, he's not a great player. Like whatever they're gonna ask for him, it's not worth it. Whatever money they want for him, it's not gonna be worth it. Second, he has too many off-field issues. Like we don't need that anymore. We got rid of all the players with off-field issues. So,
all right, people in the everyone here, who's against and who's for Rashford to Arsenal? I'm gonna put a poll in the question. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. Let me know. First, I'm gonna go to. I kind of know what Kunle is gonna say. Kunle, what are you saying? Rashford to Arsenal? Yes or no?
This is an interesting one. You know, if look. I wouldn't have minded last summer because before he signed his contract, we could have got like we would have not had to spend too much for him. But I don't think the money we'd have to pay for him now is worth the risk. Even though my manager showed me that he can do stuff with most players, like even a Kai Havertz. So you never know. But personally, I think we've got we've gone past having to take risks on a Rashford. We can go and get the real deal. Like you get me. We're not like a freaking mental health institution at Arsenal where we're building players' confidence in that. So,
all right, what are you saying, Kenny Ken? Rashford to Arsenal?
Absolutely not. The fact is that he's still the 18-year-old. He's still the 18-year-old who scored a brace against us in 8 years ago. He hasn't developed his game. He hasn't. I've been waiting every year since that he scored that brace against us. I think, right, Rashford, is he going to be the leader of that Man United team? Is he going to be one of the Man United greats? Numbers are not bad, by the way, for England and Manchester United. But when I look at his game, I'm thinking, no. He's the biggest disappointment as a football fan. Forget being an Arsenal. As a football fan, he's nothing but disappointment.
Wow, harsh words from you. Souls, are you for or against Rashford to Arsenal?
Bring me Rashford. I have a plan. I am a madman. Bring me Rashford and I'll deliver that Champions League. I'm telling you. This guy is a game winner, game changer. On his own, man, just give him the ball, he'll shoot and score. That is legit what we miss. We miss a game winner. And that is what Rashford can be. Bring me a coach, give me the tools, I will make this guy a star. This guy can be saved and will be saved. You think the Devil's Club can save anyone? That is a pit. That is the pits of hell. If you want to see hell on earth, go there. Shit stained, loose stained, you're dripping in piss. You don't know what you're stepping in, fam. And you're telling Rashford to perform in that? Carrington has not been upgraded since 2000. Man was in nappies the last time they saw a new gym equipment. Man was probably in his mother's womb. And you're telling me he has to develop his game? Come on now. Bring him to the Emirates and watch this man just absolutely tear teams apart. I told you before about Kai Havertz, and I'm not wrong about Rashford. I've been on this bandwagon for seasons. Bring me Rashford, and I have something to do.
What you saying? Dale? Are you backing him?
Man, I back Arteta to turn the play around. I mean, I've said this earlier to you. I saw what he did even at City with Raheem Sterling and Leroy Sané, and then of course with Granit Xhaka in Arsenal, and then now with Kai Havertz. Like you can go down the list and see what he's done with players. I think that the player in Rashford, but I'm not ready to spend that kind of money. I'm not ready to spend that kind of money on Rashford at this stage. At this stage where we're at, where Arsenal is at, where Mikel Arteta's first Champions League, he gets knocked out in the quarterfinal, where we haven't been in 14 years. And Mikel
Rashford wins his right.
Hold on, listen. And Mikel, hold on, let me Saul, I hear you. But what I'm saying is, I would rather at 26 win on 26 win on 27, I would rather go and get somebody else who is on their A game right now for the same amount of money, slightly younger, and there's players out there. Like, look, if Victor Osimhen, right, is going to cost a bit more than Rashford, maybe double his price. But I'd rather take a risk on the Victor Osimhen, who's 23, 24, and bring him. Or I'd rather take a risk on somebody else. Because for me, at the end of the day, we've gone beyond the stage of spending another season.
Get me Rodrigo, man.
Spending another season. Listen, because look at this. It's taking us one season. It's taking us one season to build Kai Havertz to what he's doing now, right? And we all complained about it, and we don't want that one season again next year where it's Rashford that we're building. So we then say, okay, right now Rashford will cook in 2026. Man, ain't nobody got time. I know he does. He does. Listen, you know why he does? You can't be coming from Old Trafford with all that devil stain, and you think that he's just going to hit the ground running.
Guys,
no. He's going to.
Guys, we got to move on. I just want to say, Kenny, you made a face when Souls said all that stuff. Did you have anything to say to Souls?
No, look, I hear what Souls is coming from, but I just don't. I always look at game development, and Rashford's. No, I just can't. I know there's a player there, but how? Everyone's blaming the environment Man United, but the best players.
Kenny, he doesn't have a football brain. He doesn't have a football brain.
Kenny, can I ask you a question? Rashford already in Ketia.
Come on, you answered your question, haven't you? You answered your question.
If they told you that they'll give us Rashford and that we should get Eddie Nketiah and that we should pay 56 million, will you take it?
Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, but Rashford is still known. He's known for being a purple patch merchant, so it's not like he's going to be consistent.
All I'm saying is...
You know what? I can't play that game, man. I can't play that game. I like Rashford. I think his record, at top like football is really, really good. But I am frustrated because I've expected a lot more from him for his game. For instance, he doesn't want to play up front. He only wants to play out wide left. That's fine, but your numbers have to be great. You can't be just a manager. Sometimes you have to be able to.
We need to revisit this conversation.
We'll revisit this later. But before we go, Matt just joined us. Matt, quickly, no context. Would you take Rashford at Arsenal?
Matt, why are you always coming on topless now?
Yes.
Man? What's going on?
Sorry?
Yeah, my man keeps coming out with no shirt. It's my take.
No, bro, I have my work shirt on.
No, he just got off work.
He's been working out lately.
No,
he's getting gassed.
He just got off the pole. He just got off work, so he had to put his clothes back on.
Okay. People in the chat, just to let you know, the poll, 69% said no to Rashford.
I don't understand why you wouldn't take Rashford. Like, genuinely, like, what Mikel Arteta has done with Kai Havertz.
You're going to drop 90 million on Rashford, bro. 90 M.
Rashford had already got 40 goals and assists in one season, right?
for Rashford.
Think what Arteta can do.
Matt, 90 million on Rashford. Are you right with that?
90 million.
Okay.
I mean,
He's not
By
going
the
to cost
way,
90 million and
Of course
300
Guys,
grand a week
guys.
salary. 300
Why
grand.
would
Guys,
Man U
just-
sell it to us for any less, bro?
guys, just to let you guys know, there's a community page on my channel. Over 2,200 people voted. 72% said no.
Jesus.
So it's a resounding.
Oh, I know,
no
I know.
from-
I'm on my own, but I was on my own with Kai Havertz. I was on my own with Granit Xhaka. I was on my own for. There was plenty of players I've been on my own for, and you all turn. You all turn. Trust my talent ID. I'm telling you guys. You all turn and you trust me in the end. So
Okay,
I'm
okay.
taking Rashford.
Guys,
100%.
enough about that. Now let's get into the title race. And the way we're gonna do this is we're gonna look at the actual situation. But oh shit, I forgot. I almost forgot. Kenny Ken, what do you think about Arteta surpassing Arsene Wenger to 100 wins before faster than Arsene Wenger? Isn't that impressive? Especially considering how bad we were at the beginning of Arteta's reign.
Not impressive.
We played this game before, haven't we, Ago, haven't we? We played this game, haven't we?
No, I'm just saying, isn't it impressive, mate?
No,
Yeah.
it's not. We have no league titles in that. So no, Eagle. No, it's not.
Thank you.
impressive.
Thank you. So,
But think
I
about
didn't
how
hear-
competitive the Premier League is right now, though.
No, but you know, here's what you guys have to realize though. For his portfolio as a manager, like as a job, right? If you have a job, there's certain things that you can put on your stuff that is good on.
Yeah,
that's good
we'll
on your
give him
CV.
a hug and all
No,
sorts, Tayo, but it's not
hear me
impressive.
out,
We'll give him a hug.
No. It's no. Hear what
Guys,
I'm saying. Kule. It's impressive.
I
for
want
his
Kenny Ken
CV.
to explain why he thinks it's not impressive.
Well, here's what
No,
I think.
no,
It's impressive
well,
for his CV, but nothing more. Nothing
Can't
more.
we wait to the end of the season? Can't we wait to the end of the season and see if we've won that league? Surely, if you want to look at his portfolio,
Better answer, Kenny.
if you want to look at his portfolio, and if he really wants to sell his portfolio, because the one thing about football is basically probably is a temporary job, especially when it comes to management and players. So if he wants to take this portfolio around, across the world for as long as he wants to be a manager, surely it looks better when he has a trophy in the end of it. That's all
He
I'm
has
saying.
got trophies though. He's got an
Okay,
FA
so
Cup.
you know,
No, you can. Fair enough.
You're not going to. Nah, Kenny's
But
right, bro. You're not going to be flexing. Oh, I beat Wenger's to 100 wins before him. Like Wenger, but I've
No,
got a couple league
No, but
titles
he's
on
the
your
youngest
head top.
manager
Bro.
to
What are you
100
talking
wins.
about?
can I say a word? He needs to win the
Big
EPL.
man, we
you
ain't Tottenham, Dio.
No. Let's
If this
use
is a Tottenham manager, that's impressive, isn't it? But this ain't impressive for Arsenal,
Hear me
bro.
out. Hear
Sorry,
me out.
man.
Hear me out.
Oh,
Hear what
isn't
I'm
it
saying.
impressive that he did it faster than Pochettino?
You got hear what I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. I'm saying, right, regardless of what anybody says, for his career, it's impressive. For Arteta's career, for the club, it's not impressive because he hasn't won a trophy yet. But if we're going to be saying trophy, we have to be specific to say the EPL trophy because
No,
we're the same.
I said Premier League. I said
Hold on,
Premier League.
Premier League, because we're the same people who keep on bigging up Man City about a treble, including the FA Cup, which is one of their trebles. And when we say Arteta has won an FA Cup, we try to put it down like it's not a trophy. Like
We haven't put it down.
No, but
It's more of a personal
that's
Nah,
what
but-
I'm saying. So
No one's put.
Yeah, Matt's got it spot on, bro. It's a personal
Let me
achievement.
turn this
We
around.
don't
Let me
care
turn
about
this around. All right, you've got
that's why
a
I
good
said it's
point.
a personal achievement. That's why I said
All right, let me turn this around. Harry Kane is one of the best scorers we've ever produced. Do you think he's had a good career?
No,
he's had a good career for
Why?
himself.
Why hasn't he had a good career?
He's had a good
but he's
career for himself.
legit
But he hasn't
won
won any.
zero trophies. Not even like a
Exactly.
shitty Carabao Cup.
And
Not
he
even
went to the
like a-
Bundesliga and lost.
That's what you base your career on.
Yeah, but he has won. Like for a manager who's just come into management, won an FA Cup, won 3 Community Shields. Like he's doing his thing still. Like he will get.
No. Wait, hold on. You lot are changing the argument. Are you asking me if Arteta winning the FA Cup in his first year as a manager is impressive? Hell yeah.
No.
But if you're
man-
asking me getting to 100 wins before Wenger, impressive? No, because there's no league titles there.
No,
It's a good
the league
personal
title's
accolade for him, but it's not impressive to me. That's what I'm saying.
But that's what we just said. We just said for him on his CV as an individual, it's impressive for a personal thing for Arteta. For the club, because he doesn't have a Premier League.
Personally, I disagree. I think it's impressive that he's amongst all these Premier League legends and he's gotten to 100 wins, especially how poor we were when he first got here. For us to be up there and him to be up there.
All those Premier League legends have won a league title in those 100 wins, though. How about that?
No, did they? Had they
He's
won?
not a world class
Had they won a
captain.
league? I don't know. It wasn't about them winning the league. It was just about their wins. This record was not about how quickly they won the Premier League.
No, but I would like to find out how many of them in those 100 wins have league titles.
So let's talk about winning
those
the
are the
league.
only ones that matter.
Let's talk about winning the league because you guys want to talk about winning the league. Today, we're not even going to talk about Bukayo Saka because what he did against Tottenham, we expect those kind of performances now from him. This guy's an absolute star. Bukayo Saka, does anybody want anything to say about him? Because we're going to talk about the title. But I felt like Bukayo Saka deserved at least a mention today. He did get a goal in the North London derby.
I'm comfortable because I've always rated the guy. I've always said that he's our most important player. So I sleep well when I hear good things about
I said he's our best player also.
Yeah.
What I would say about Bukayo Saka in that game, right, is that he was the only, player in both of those squads that was a local boy. Tottenham didn't have any academy players, and Arsenal had one.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Tottenham had
no academy players.
I don't know. Ealing isn't there, isn't Ealing's not there, isn't he? Ealing's in West London. We don't, you know what I mean? He's not local to Islington.
But Kenny, don't do that. Don't do that. Come on, Ken.
I'm not.
But like
he's an Arsenal. He said academy boy. He never said no. He said academy boy. He was very specific. He said academy.
I was being picky. Sorry.
But one thing about the North London derby and Saka is he is Thanos. He is inevitable when it comes to that fixture, and they need to get to know.
He knows the pressure of that fixture as well because he's now delivered in 3 North London derbies in a row, I'm fairly sure.
Yeah, he's the first one to do home and away goals in a North London derby since Ian Wright back in the day.
Yeah, it's mad.
That's impressive. Anyways, Ilmanis, you got anything to say on Bukayo Saka before we move on? We're going to talk about the title race now.
No, go ahead.
All right, so you start us off with the title race, bro. You seen the graphic that I posted on Twitter. You've seen how close it is. Liverpool are now out of the title race, and this is now to everybody. I'm just going to show you guys on the what we need to do. And I tweeted this out earlier. City have how many games remaining? 4 games. Arsenal have how many games remaining? 3 games. At this moment in time, what separates the two of us? 1 point. If they win their game in hand, they finish the league with 2 points ahead of us. If they lose a game, we win the league and we win our remaining games. We win the league, no issue. If they get a draw, the 7 goal difference could be the decider between us and the league. Now, Man City have won the league prior against Manchester United on goal difference. It is not out of the realm of possibility for them to get a draw and for us to win the league. I want to know what you guys think is going to happen. What do you think?
Can I just quickly say something, right?
Yeah.
Like, everyone in the chat can clip this up. I reckon both teams will win their. City will win their 3 games, and we will win our 2 games, right? And it will go down to the last game, and I reckon West Ham get a point, and we win against Everton.
That's a fairy tale.
I feel that's gonna happen.
Amen.
That's a fairy tale. That's a fairy
And
tale.
Havertz scored the winning goal, yeah?
Yeah.
But how can you say it's a fairy tale? You ask him what he thinks will happen based on the game. So the man has given you something very plausible.
As in, why are you shutting it down, bro?
Yeah, he said he gave me something very plausible.
I have a more realistic approach.
But that is realistic though, because guess what? He's simply saying because of the pressures of this game on the last day of the game, like while we are playing Everton and they're playing West Ham, that if West Ham can just draw with them and get a point, which is not unforeseeable. If West Ham ties with them, then the goals difference is what makes us win.
I think the games. I think the games.
By the way,
I think these are the games where they drop points. At home, I don't see them dropping points. Against Fulham and Tottenham, potentially.
If Tottenham win us the league, that'd be the greatest thing ever.
The last day. Listen, here's the thing. The last day is always weird. Another thing. The last day is always
they're
weird.
celebrating Champions League qualification. That makes it even sweet. I like that.
What's that guy? Toby. He said he wants to lose against City. Toby, you know.
Yeah, I think that's the loser mentality. Imagine Ange Postecoglou and all those players who have short careers going into the game against City saying, yeah, we have to lose intentionally. So next year we don't have Champions League football just to stop Arsenal from winning the league. They don't give a fuck about us winning the league.
Look at their fan base mentality, right? The players' mentality and Ange will want to win that game because, one, the players haven't won at that ground. Like, No, yeah. Sorry. Tottenham haven't won at that ground. I don't think.
No,
Like in a long time.
City haven't beaten Tottenham in that ground
City
in the
hasn't
league.
beaten-
Yeah,
yeah,
City ain't
City
even
has-
scored a goal there, have they?
Yeah,
They
Oh, no, they
scored
scored
in
one.
the
They
FA
scored one.
Cup.
They scored one. Yeah, they scored
in
one.
the
last
FA
year.
Cup in January. They've broken the
Yeah.
hoodoo. They've
Kenny,
broken the
what do you
hoodoo.
think? Do you
Yeah,
think
in the
City
Prem,
got
though.
points?
No, because I think and that's not putting down Arsenal. It's just that we've read the books. We've seen the film where we saw the film in 2019 and we saw the film in 2022 where Liverpool gave them a very robust challenge similar to ours. But every time Liverpool won, City won, and that was the kind of the scenes, like the episodes we saw. And I think that in 2024 version is going to be the same sort of episode. We'll win every game, but Man City will win their games as well, and that's a shame because we've worked our nuts off. But it just shows you one thing: to win this
Do
league,
we play Man United
you
before?
got to be flawless. You got to be flawless to win this league. Because
Can I
Man
We
say-
play
City,
Man United
can I say-
before
Matt, can I say something real
Man
quick?
City play Tottenham, or is it?
Let me check.
Yeah, can I say
because
something
that
real
could
quick,
be a
Miguel?
big decider as well.
Can I say something real quick?
Yeah,
I hear you, Kenny, but
Yeah.
in those times, the 2019s and all that period we keep talking about, it was just Liverpool and City who were the ones going head to head. There was no time where it was a 3-horse race up onto the last 4 or 5 games of the season where the pressure was slightly different. So 2024 is slightly different. So yeah,
It's
we
Liverpool-
have
Liverpool's
no.
still in it.
What you didn't hear what I said. I said
Liverpool
this
are
is the
out.
first. I said I know they're out. I said up onto the last 5 games of the season. There was no season where it was a 3-horse race up onto the last 5 games, and then people started dropping off. That pressure building up onto the last 5 games has made this season totally different for the experience for Man City as well. So my point is, it is not impossible that we win. It is not impossible. It is more probable that they would because of the way that they're playing. But like we said, this is football. Anything can happen.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Our job is to go in there. Igal, what did I say when it was the last 10 games? I told Igal, I said this last 10 games, I don't care. Be pragmatic.
Get it done.
Go there, get me. If you need to score with your pinky finger and the referee doesn't catch you, please. If you need to hand of God it, hand of God it. If you need to score with your butt, score with your butt. I don't care how you do it. Get on the pitch, get me 3 points, and walk out of there. I'm not looking for your pretty football.
Let's look at something though. Bournemouth, we play Bournemouth. Bournemouth are actually on a good run. They've won 2, and actually that's not that good. They won.
I
their
don't
last
think
2
we're going to
games.
smash them, but
Right?
I'm very
Fulham?
confident that we're going to beat them.
Fulham are in pretty bad form also. If you look at that, they only won 1 game in their last couple. Tottenham are in pretty bad form also. They lost their last 2 games. So Wolves, City's next opponent, Wolves won their last game, but they've only won 1 game in their last 5. So it's really like all the teams they're facing are in bad form. West Ham. Now look at Arsenal. Arsenal play Bournemouth. Who else do we play? We play Manchester United. Manchester United, they're in terrible form. Look at that. 3 draws, 1 win. And then who's the last day of the season? Everton. Everton is the best informed team out of the teams that we all play. But the thing is, Manchester City's performance in their last game versus Nottingham Forest, this was a shaky performance. This was probably one of their worst performances I've seen.
Let's be real. This was match fixing at its finest. What was Chris Wood doing?
Yeah, what are people talking about Chris Wood? That's what I heard. I didn't watch the game, but people have been talking about
Chris Wood. Chris Wood missed
their
3
full
clear
match
cut
fixing,
chances.
brother. That's 100. I'm being honest, 116 charges. That was fraudulent. I don't know. How are you a striker? You're telling me you're a Premier League
Souls
striker.
never change, man.
No. Listen.
I don't know if you've seen what he did, bro.
Premier League striker, and you're telling me 2 yards out, you can't touch the ball in. Am I a dickhead? Am I sat here getting paid minimum?
When oil money comes calling, bro, you do what you got to do.
I'm doing a 9 to 5, yeah. I didn't get
bro, he's got a family to feed, bro. He ain't got many years left.
He's not wrong. Look at this. Look at this. Wood's official Twitter account, man, said City. And with the chances that he missed, look at that.
Come on, man. Your grandma can score that.
Man.
Now wait, that's the first one. That's the first one. Today, not one. That's the second one.
Hey, come on, brother. You're telling me
Wait. There's a third one. Not 2. 3 times. Third one, he skies it from there. Right
Hold on.
where
So
this guy is.
let me just say this. Let me just say this, right? Let me just say this. So if I give you 300 million pounds right now to not support Arsenal for one game, 300 million pounds, 300 million. I'm going to repeat it, 300 million. Say, don't support Arsenal for one game. I don't want your support. We don't want you to talk anything positive. Don't even say nothing. Just close your eyes and back away from the game. And after that game, do whatever you want. What will you do?
Use our 300 million, turn it into 5 billion. Tell Cronky, thanks for your service. Piss off now.
And you, but you turn your back on the game, right? Leave,
Yeah,
leave,
100%.
yeah, leave
I'm
Chris Wood.
securing the back,
Leave
fam.
Chris
I'm
Wood alone. Leave
securing
Chris
the
Wood
back.
alone.
I'm
I've
shameless. I'll
sorted.
take it.
I've fixed the matter. Leave Chris Wood alone. Only God knows the life-changing money they have given him. So please leave the guy alone. You cannot blame him.
I know,
cannot
but come
blame
on,
him.
that's 116, maybe
So you
120
agree?
charges.
Okay,
No,
guys.
I'm just saying.
Guys.
I
Wow,
mean,
real talk, bro.
Kunle, me
Guys,
300 million
honestly,
pounds right now.
The oil money they show. It's no
Okay,
be
guys,
joke.
let's bring it back. Let's bring it
And
back
of
to real
course-
talk. Let's bring it back to real talks. Everyone here, genuinely, I'm gonna start
I'm
with
being
Kenny Ken.
serious.
Do you believe that there could be another hiccup from Man City at this point of the season?
Anything can happen, but I'm not
likely.
convinced. No.
Yeah, not likely, but anything
No.
can. This is football. Like, that's the thing I love about this game, right? You can look at a team that is in form and be like, oh yeah, you're in form. Look at us, people like, oh, Arsenal was in form 2024. They can't lose. But this is football, man. Like, all it takes, you see how Chris Wood missed 3 chances? All it takes is somebody in West Ham just being like, you know what, I don't care. I need my team to at least be above this other team. I hate this other team. And go in there and single-handedly. This is how I put it. I'll give you a good example. Who remembers the game Arsenal versus Liverpool, where Liverpool scored 4-0 and Arshavin equalized all 4 goals? I think that was 2000 and I don't remember the year again. It's been a while, but I remember the game.
2009.
Yeah, I remember the game in my head. And when they interviewed him at the end of the interview, what Arshavin said is, they said it was like a bit of basketball. You were able to score so many goals. He said, yeah, like basketball. It's just that I can't score 19. I can only score 4. And I laughed. I remember that interview in my head. So my thing is, Liverpool was 4-0 up. Anything can happen in football. So I know that there's a chance that they can still drop points or not. But they don't look like a team that wants to drop points. For us, our job is do what we need to do to not drop any points. So at the end of the season, we can beat our chest and say, well, here. If we don't win it, we got here. Right? And if we don't drop points and they eventually drop points, then hey, we did what we needed to do. So I don't really worry about them anymore. I'm just more focused on Arsenal and hoping that our next game, take it game by game, pragmatic, score a goal or 2, lock up shop, use your strengths, use your set pieces. Remember, I've been shouting about this, Igal. I keep on saying, go into the game. Bukayo Saka, get a foul if you're not in form. If you're not in form, go and be getting the foul near the 18-yard box. Give us a chance to play set pieces. Get a foul. If you know you can't dribble past the guy, commit him to a foul. Go and talk to Harry Kane. Learn how to dive. It's not a bad thing. Learn. Let Harry Kane teach you. Learn how to dive so that we can get, good positions to get those kind of opportunities. So yeah.
I'm just gonna wrap it up here. But before we wrap it up, guys, there's 3 games remaining. Everyone agrees we're gonna win all the 3 games, or do you guys believe Man United could stop us, or somebody could stop us?
Well, I mean, we can't win all our games.
Look. The reality is we have some sort of weird complex when it comes to Old Trafford. So I'd love to say guaranteed we're gonna win. So I don't know. We should win, but I've been to Old Trafford many occasions when I said we should beat these lot. So look, all I can say to the boys is this is the time to show, have we really learned from last season? Do we have the bottle to win every single game? Because everyone told me that City would have won every game if we'd beat them and blah, blah, blah last season. So let's make them have to. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's make them have to be perfect by being perfect ourselves and see where it takes us. Because you never know, just like Dio said. Because I remember that game where City won the league. I didn't think City were going to do that Aguero thing last minute. I didn't see it coming even at the final whistle, but it happened. Why can't we have our Aguero moment? Do you get what I'm saying? You never know. You never know.
My point.
We're in it. Just be in it. Just have an opportunity on the last.
Let Matt and Deo say. Let Matt and Thing say something. What are you saying, Matt?
Yeah. So I think we will win our last 3 games, and I think something very magical is gonna happen. And even if we don't win the league, this season is still going to be remembered because it's a 3-horse race and it's probably going down to the wire with 2 teams still left.
I think that's what a lot of people are happy about, because last year we fell off near the end and everyone just said we capitulated. But this season, it looks like we're going to at least take it to that final minute. And that's all you can ask for. Even if we don't win, at least we go all the way to the end. Mattis, what are you saying?
Yeah, that's a good point, because a lot of rivals, especially Chelsea fans, keep bringing up that, yeah, but you didn't win a trophy. And before they lost to City in the FA Cup, Chelsea fans were saying, if we win a trophy and you don't, they had a better season. But the thing is, we have a great team full of young players. Most of them signed new contracts. And we're competing with Pep's Man City for 2 seasons without having a main goal scorer. So, I think we're going to be competing for the next 3 years at least. So, if we don't win it this season, it's not like it's still going to suck, but still, we still have a great team for next season and season after.
Bro,
Yeah,
Mikel Arteta
positive
and
vibes.
Edu has, signed hungry players. They have signed proper hungry players that, want to win things at Arsenal. And that's what I like about our players.
Souls, you're going to end it off? You think we do it?
What will be, will be. What wasn't meant to be, wasn't meant to be. Allah is the best of planners. Just enjoy your summer if it doesn't happen. Don't let these rivals rattle you. It is what it is. We'll come back again next season. And you know what? We don't make mistakes next season. We go for it. But this season, I'm telling you, Aguero 2.0 happening. But you know who it's going to be?
Aguero!
All
gonna
I'm
be Kai
saying
Havertz.
is my client, Kai Havertz, will do it. You'll have your Havertz moment. Like Chelsea have their Champions League that forever. By the way, Chelsea fans, yeah, the virus will forever be in your history. Every time you talk about a Champions League win, you talk about that man. I said it before. He is the most clutch player in the Premier League, and he's going to be clutch, and this is going to be remembered as the Kai Havertz Premier League. This is going to forever be remembered as the man who won it us. And I'm telling you, clutch, business end of the season, talk about fine margins. He's the one stepping up. He's the one scoring goals, creating chances. This is the Kai Havertz season. Man City, just
Reece
you know,
Nelson was the most
we
clutch
just need
player,
to dry up
actually,
the oil
so-
somewhere. Oil needs to dissipate,
All right,
and we'll win.
Souls.
Because they're gonna
Let me paint the picture for everybody. Arsenal beat Bournemouth. City beat Wolves. Arsenal beat Man United. City beat Fulham. Then City go away to White Hart Lane, second last game of the season, and they come out of there with a draw. And now level on points going into the final game day with Arsenal having goal difference. City have to chase a win versus West Ham and try to get the goal difference. They can't do it. Arsenal batter Everton 5-0 and increase the goal difference by 5.
No. City
Win the league
City
and win
beat.
the league on goal difference.
No. City batter West Ham by 5-0, but Kai Havertz scores 7 for Arsenal. 2 extra.
Nah, bro. You don't try to hijack my story, man. Don't try to hijack my story. Let me have my story.
I know. I'm messing with you.
Anyways, I think the league is gonna go down to 89 points for Arsenal, and what is 10 points from 79? 89 points for City. So from the last 4 games, they're gonna get 10 points. We're gonna get 9, and that's how we win the league. We win on goal difference. I don't think they lose. I think they draw. And if we drop points, well, it's not meant to be, and we're idiots. But I don't think we're gonna drop points. But yeah, guys, it's been a good video. Thank you, Omatis. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, my guy Kunle, Deo, Souls, Kenny Ken. It's been a great video. Hopefully we have more positive things to talk about. Because you see, when there's positive vibes, back-to-back derby wins, nobody has anything to be angry about. We're not here for 2 hours.
Some fans.
Yeah, rivals hate it, but they hate us.
After Bayern Munich, we were here for like 2 hours. Anyways,
smashing Chelsea 5-0, that was great, man.
There you go. Hopefully we can smash Bournemouth. You know, Bournemouth at home is going to be tougher than Tottenham away. Just saying.
100%.
Anyways, you guys have a good one.
All right, see you soon.
In a bit.